Are you tired of your characters looking like stiff, lifeless mannequins? Or maybe you want to start drawing expressive anatomy, but you're not sure from where to start. But what if I told you there is a secret rule that can transform your whole artwork? In this video, I'll reveal the key to expressive anatomy that will make your drawings come alive. When I was a beginner artist, I dreamed of drawing dynamic characters, but my early attempts were stiff. I tried gesture drawing and construction, but end up with either noodle people or robotic figures. So nothing seemed to help. And that was until I realized one thing. Let's say you play an RPG game where you create your own character. And if you create a very agile and quick hero, in the battles he can be very dynamic. But he's not built strong and lacks properly structured body, so he can lose the battle. But what if instead we create a very strong character who is very well constructed? He would be very strong against hordes of enemies, but in critical moments he can so quickly change a position or sneak behind the enemies like an agile character, and eventually he will lose too. So to win in any battle, we need to create a very balanced character, who will be both dynamic and well constructed. And the same goes with anatomy. To make it expressive, we need to learn how to combine dynamics and structure in the proper way. But how can we do this? As I continued practicing anatomy, I realized there was a whole other level to figure drawing that I wanted to explore. That's where today's sponsor Skillshare comes into play. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, with thousands of classes led by industry experts across tons of topics like illustration, animation and my favorite, anatomy. Skillshare has classes for every skill level, whether you are a complete beginner or a seasoned artist looking to improve your craft. I'm fascinated about figure drawing, so I started taking course by an amazing artist, Brent Eviston. I found this course extremely valuable for artists who want to learn how to draw figures. And my favorite part, you can learn at your own pace, with no pressure and time limits. And you can get it all for free, because the first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1 month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today. So, to make our anatomy look expressive, we need to use the method called gestural structure. The core principle of this method is to construct our figure on the very dynamic foundation. Here is how I do this step by step. Firstly, we identify the main gesture lines of the object. They should describe the main movement and dynamics. Then we divide our object into a few simple zones. In this case, it's forearm, palm, thumb zone and finger zone. And this division is the most important part, because now you can easily keep track of proportions. For example, here I can check if my palm length is equal to the finger length. And if I want to correct something, I'll only redraw 1 or 2 lines instead of redrawing a whole complete picture with a lot of details. And if you happen to struggle with any of drawing fundamentals, I've covered them in my free digital art workbook, packed with structure and exercises, link in the description. Now we've got a fully established and most important dynamic wireframe, which we start to fill with simple structure. And because our foundation was very fluid and expressive, our structure will be so too. In the next step, let's add some details with our line art. Now you can see how using dynamics and big, medium, small approach gives us a very dynamic result with the minimum effort and corrections. This method will work perfectly if you know how to design your own characters, and I show how to do this in this video, so watch this next.